Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about transcriptions. It's one of my favorite things, and it's really one of the first ways I ever used artificial intelligence. I've been using Otter.ai. I made a video about it a little over a month ago, and I'm going to be talking about Otter again today because I have a special use case here where instead of recording the audio, I have an audio file that I want to transcribe. So I figured rather than just showing you how to do it in Otter, I would do like sort of a test run of different AI tools that are capable of doing transcriptions now, and we'll kind of see how they all compare. Kind of a dummy account that I've set up. I do pay for the subscription service. I think it's like $18 a month, but in order to upload files, typically you're going to have the pro account. It's completely worth it if you do a lot of transcriptions, though. You do get 3, I believe, free uploads with the basic account, but that's kind of a lifetime amount that you get. After those 3 uploads, you can't upload anymore. So I'm basically going to show you how to do it through this account. It's really simple. All you do is go up here to the section where it says import, and I'm going to go grab this MP4 file and drop it in, and as you can see, it's already starting to upload. It's at 5% right now, and it's going to take a little bit. So while we're waiting for that, let's go try this out in a couple other places. One of my favorite AI tools is by Google, and it's called NotebookLM. So we're going to create a new notebook here, and we will drop in the file. And now that's kind of working. Let's see where we're at. We're at 28% with Otter, and this doesn't really tell you how far along it is, but it'll take a little bit too. Perplexity is another tool that I like to use. And now you can attach files. So let's go grab the same file. Put it in there. And look, it says file too large. So Perplexity is out unless you have a shorter file, which this interview was only, I think it was under 30 minutes. So Perplexity is not great for this, at least if you have an MP4 file. Maybe if I changed that to a different kind of like an MP3 file and got rid of the video aspect of it. But that's just another step that you don't really want to have to do. Gemini is another tool that I've been playing with more. Let's go to it here. And this is Google's AI tool. They also have a file upload option, and the MP4 file is not acceptable. I don't know if that's because Gemini doesn't accept MP4 files. Again, I might be able to convert this to an MP3. The file might be too big. Maybe that's why it's not lighting up. But as you can see, there's no option here to even move the file over to Gemini. So Gemini doesn't work either. Perplexity and Gemini are out. And then there were 2, NotebookLM and Otter. I know that there are other transcription tools and services out there, but these are the ones that I am going to test out. All right, it's done, and we're going to the transcript. And here it is. We get the full transcript. The thing I really love about this is I can add my name here, and eventually it will populate all of the areas that I spoke. The person who I interviewed will also, I can add their name, and you have it broken down really well like that. The other thing I really love about Otter is just how clean everything is. It's in a nice format. It looks like a transcription. It doesn't look like a big giant block of text. which is really what you're going to get here. When you look at what NotebookLM does, it's just a big block of text. So I prefer this. Once I give it a little bit more time to work, it will populate my name in all of the sections where I spoke. So really, do you get the same thing? I haven't gone back and forth and looked at the transcriptions word for word to find out which one was more accurate. This did come from a recording from a Zoom call, so it's a very clear recording. I know that a lot of times Otter and other transcription programs will have troubles because the recording doesn't sound as good, or it's not very clear and it has problems that way. When you have that kind of issue, if you do it in NotebookLM, you're kind of out of luck. In a tool like Otter.ai, you can go back and at least listen to the audio and follow along, and you can even edit the text within the transcription if you want to do that. So there are a lot more options. This is why I ultimately stick with Otter. With Otter.ai, you really get a lot more options. It's broken up into a real form that you can digest, that you can really see who's speaking. You can go back and reference things a lot more easily. You don't have to go and find out who said what in the tape, especially if you have like multiple speakers. If this was an interview with like 2 or 3 or 4 people, it'd get really confusing if you don't have the audio going along with it and you're not able to assign a voice the way that Otter is. So I love this tool. I think you should check it out, even if you're using the free version. You get, I think, 300 monthly minutes. So that's a lot, really, especially if you're just doing like quick, short interviews or meetings and things like that. So Otter.ai, check it out, and I will be back with more tutorials coming up. Thanks a lot, y'all.